Oopsie. Hi. It's me, Tony Bomboni ASMR, and welcome back to your recorded session. This is your channel. This is your video content. I produce these videos for you. If you want to help support this journey to help keep making content for you, all you have to do is hit that subscribe. It's that simple. If you'd like, you can also hit all notifications once you hit the notification icon, because that way you can get notified of new videos from me every single week. I also have a website to help support my journey. I do things like tarot readings on there. It's tonybomboni.com, and you can use those coupon codes. A lot of times people don't use the coupon codes because they want to help fund my journey and support my channel. I really appreciate it, but seriously, that coupon code is for you. Like, I want you to come back, and I want you to book again and again. So, to save you money in the long term, please use those coupon codes. That's for you, okay? So, thank you so much. And, honestly, that's the best way to support this journey, to help me keep going. I love doing it. Bookings are my favorite. Honestly, to be bluntly honest with you, I enjoy doing my bookings more than ASMR some days, because it's just so much fun. I love doing tarot reading most of all. It's my favorite. It's so fun. I've been doing it for half my life now, and it's just a lot of fun for me. So it's a huge passion of mine. But anyway, let me move on. Today's video is about sadness. So I want to relieve your sadness so that you do not relive it. I'm going to say that again. I want to relieve your sadness so you don't relive it, okay? How do you do that? Well, you may be sad about something right now. I'm telling you right now, when someone's sad, it's not always the best thing to give someone sympathy, because not everyone is in that vibration. So what I'm trying to say is, a lot of times people are not in that mindset of wanting that sappy comfort or to be treated like a baby when they're feeling sad. A lot of times people get actually agitated when they're sad, and they resort directly to the emotion of anger. And that's because we're all programmed differently. We're all a beautiful creation of Source, and we're not all going to be same. We're not all going to be wanting to be treated equally. So that's natural. That's human nature. That's what a human being is. If you just want everyone to be the same, well, that's not human anymore. You're some other creature in outer space. I don't know you, but as far as any therapist, any psychologist will tell you that we're all different. They treat people differently with unique different. That's why they have to be in school for half their life, because it's an advanced study, The human mind is so complex, and we just all want to be loved at the end of the day. That's, at least on my journey, I've discovered that, we all want to be loved. That's all, right? So we want to be loved. We want to be appreciated, which is part of love. We want to be accepted, which is part of love. It all comes down to love. And we want our peace. That's all a part of love. And love is a part of this light energy, this light frequency, which a lot of us cannot tap into on this earthly realm. I know I always say it, but it bears repeating, especially for new people coming on. I want to get the word out. I want to get the message out. It's hard. It's hard to tap into that. But, I'm not here to, cushy you, comfort you like a child. I'm here to tell you the facts. At least how I perceive them as facts, right? I'm not saying this is factual information, of course. sadness, you have to first realize the emotion, right? You have to accept that this is what is happening, right? Sadness is typically on a average Joe type of brain, like the average person is what I'm trying to say. When they get hurt by something, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, sadness is the first reaction. Okay, we tend to have even like reactions to different situations. Okay, that's a whole other story. We tend to first be sad that that happened to us. Then we're afraid that that feeling is going to come back. Then we get agitated, we get angry because that happened in the first place. And then we feel a sense of guilt. And sometimes it's opposite. If you think about it, it's also opposite. Like, it all comes down to like you feeling guilty that that happened, and now you're angry because you felt that way. Now you're afraid because you don't know when it's going to happen again, and now you're sad because you have to go through this whole thing. So if you think about it, okay, it's not literally in that scale, but that's how I look at it. That's how I perceive it, or that's actually, in a sense, what probably I might go through. I tend to be the type of person who, like, doesn't want to be babied. Like, I would go directly from sadness to agitation, and that's how my mind works. So I kind of jump over the fear. I kind of get over it, even though deep down inside I'm still afraid because, yeah, human being, hello. But guilt, I don't really tap in or connect with that much. So I just kind of resort to anger, and then I kind of let it go after a while. But other people are not like that, so this is why I say we're all to be treated differently, right? In different cases. So I cannot speak on behalf of you watching, because you are thousands of people. So like that would be very hard. So but what I can say is that in order not to relive that, remember, you have to acknowledge that you're feeling these emotions that I've just aforementioned. So you have to acknowledge and accept that this is what happened, okay? Alright, so if we're in the victim mindset, we would say, oh, boo-hoo, woe to me, feel sorry for me, why did this have to happen to me? If only I didn't do that thing, right? That's part of the guilt, like if only, if only, if only. You're guilty, you're regretting that happened. Okay, so by the time you access the emotion of guilt, you've already been through all the emotions without even realizing it. You've already been angry about what happened, you've already been afraid, and you've already been sad. Alright, and sometimes you feel all the emotions at once, and it's so overwhelming you have a panic attack, and that's why I say it's complex. We all experience it differently, but as long as you acknowledge you're experiencing it, you've started your journey to healing. Okay, so you can't prevent or avoid getting hurt in any way, like I said. In life, it's gonna happen. Sometimes it happens every day, okay? But what you can do is accept that this is how life is at times, and that you can acknowledge, you can program your mind to acknowledge what you're going through. If you are just having an awful day and, you know, people are cursing you out on the street in traffic, or you dropped your favorite coffee and now you have to buy a new one, or, you know, it piles on, you ripped your favorite shirt, you broke your bracelet, you're just having the worst day, right? Like, that's a perfect example of things that can make you sad, right? And then you come home and you're just like living in dread, and you're like, I just spent $300, I might as well have just stayed home. Girl, trust me, same, right? Like, I know, like but that's besides the point. The point is that you can get through and overcome it without being, instead of victim, the victor, right? You can say, just because this happened to me doesn't mean it defines my life or the experience I choose to exist. So I always say you have the choice to view things differently, but you can't choose when you're constantly reliving past stuff. So it's important to, yeah, if you need to get on board and seek some form of therapy for that, do it, be my guest, because I chose to do it the hard way, and I wish, honestly, I didn't. I wish I could just have not been so cheap and just paid someone to do it for me, because, like, that would have been made my life a billion times easier. But no, like, I had to do it the hard slowly because I wanted to relive that karma. Like I wanted, sometimes we're addicted to pain. Does that make sense for some of you? So that was kind of like what I was doing, and I was always sabotaging it and just inflicting darkness upon myself because I loved it. Like deep down inside, it came down to I loved it. Like I wanted to always suffer and go through things because it gave me like a meaning or a purpose in life, and I was always trying to find that meaning and purpose, and instead of trying to find peace and like I guess in a sense do what I really enjoy. So and that was all part of guilt. Deep down inside I denied the experience of guilt, but I felt guilty because I was torturing myself because I was guilty. Like when you're guilty about something you did in your past, you torture yourself and you don't want to admit you're guilty, but you are. So that's what I did, and it took a long time. And sometimes I still have those habits / behaviors, so I tried my best now because I'm now like, when you program your mind to think differently about your situation and accept what happened, I do my best to keep myself in check. So we want to do that, okay? Check with yourself so that doesn't happen again, so it's not a repetitious pattern. Oh, okay, wow, I'm feeling sad, right? Like, example, I'm not feeling sad now, but I'm just saying if you do, you just say to yourself in this internal dialogue, wow, I am feeling sad right now. Okay, awesome, amazing. And you observe that feeling, you observe that emotion, you let it pass, you let it wander by. Okay, I like to imagine an emotion like a bubble. I think of water with emotion. So like it's like a sad face in a bubble, and I just watch it pass by and float away. And once it floats from left to right in my mind, visually, then it's gone. And then before I know it, wow, like I feel so much better. I just literally let it flow. Sometimes I also like to do this. It's a new practice I've just recently discovered. So I may think I'm sad because we're so used to seeing it in programming and movies and television, our favorite shows. When someone's sad, we may think that we're sad because someone insulted us, but we may actually not feel sad. My brain thinks I should be sad because this person said this thing to me, but now I'm lowering my focus to my belly and my heart. No, I feel fine in my heart. No, I feel fine in my belly. So I'm not sad. So I transfer that thought. It's like I almost like flush it down to my heart to heal it, to cleanse it, to give it love. And then it goes away. And I'm like, wait, I even forgot what they said. Like, it works every time. And it's so amazing. Some of you may have to do it opposite. You may have to actually flush that good feeling from down here up into your mind and then cleanse it out through your crown chakra to the universe for cleansing and purifying and healing. So, if you want to be a spiritual about it, right? Prayer can help sometimes. That is very beneficial. Reading your psalms and scriptures, that can help you if you're really looking for like for most people it's like last resort. Not for me. I do it like first thing in the morning, so I never make an excuse. I'm like, that's actually the most important part. It's like breakfast for your day, right? The most important meal is breakfast. So you do a routine. You give yourself a routine. You know why? Especially when you're an adult, because one, we don't have school anymore, especially like people like me who don't have children, and we have like maybe sometimes some free time on our hands. Well, maybe not, but the little time you do get, right? What do? You just stare at a wall and you like, sometimes you want to feel sorry for yourself, or you just start focusing on the negative, especially if your mind is programmed to do so, to focus on like what's wrong. I know my mind has a tendency to do that like literally all my life. So I just have to accept I can't change that. That's who I am. Like no positive affirmation, nothing's gonna change that. I am who I am. I grew up with sort of like pessimistic type of viewpoint or like like realistic, I would say, because of like different circumstances, how you're raised, the friends you surround yourself with, your environment, how you're conditioned, what you consume, it all contributes. And I could be like, oh, I wish that didn't happen, but then I would not be the victor. So, I kind of love who I am now because, well, that was lame, Tony. Wow, I kind of love myself. Wow, no, I do love myself, okay? In a non-egotistical way, because I accept that that's me. I can't change who I am. If someone doesn't like me for that, there's the door. Bye-bye. Like, what can I do about it, right? I can't. Oh, my dog just made the cutest squeak sound. He's dreaming. Do you hear that? He just went, arf. That was so cute. Okay. Well, just like no one can change how Paco is. Alright? Sometimes he wants to bite people's ankles. You can't change him, okay? Sometimes he wants to bite me because he wants to do his own thing. I can't change him. I had to learn to accept. That's why you can never, like, yell at your dog or something, because you can't change them, honey. Like, that's who they are. You can just love them, and when you love them, you notice they, like, stop biting, they stop doing the thing, they just let go. Like, they're happy, you give them a treat, you rub their belly, they're fine, So, like, if someone's giving you a hard time, give them love, When I was in Chicago recently, I noticed that, like, there were a lot of people, like, roaming the streets, asking for money and stuff like that, and some of them were, like, yelling, some of them were, like, talking to them stuff, and it hurt my heart to see. I felt, like, really bad, and I wanted to help in some way, but then I was like, oh, snap, I didn't carry cash on me that day. But, like, sometimes one of them can actually, like, go up to you. One of them came up to me and my partner, and, like, they were, like, saying, like, oh, yeah, I met you at the club, and we're like, no, we didn't, like, what? And they're trying to, like, pickpocket you or, like, scam you into something, but, like, in that moment, you almost can't help but, like, give them love, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you should give them your money, but I'm saying, like, you almost want to just be nice anyway, because it's human nature, right? Like, we're all capable of being in that position. We don't know what they went through with their mental health, and, I was definitely in a wild place mentally at one point in my life, so who am I to judge, right? Like, I'm not gonna lie and say I wasn't acting just as erratic, right? So, you kind of you can't feel for someone unless you've been through something, like, similar to that, so, yeah, it made me realize that, like, we're literally all in this experience, and, all want to be loved, that's it, like, that's all it comes down to, and, yeah, like, it's not rocket science, it really isn't. Okay, you may be asking, alright, well, why are we here? Only to be loved. Like, okay, I don't know all the answers, I'm just here to tell you how to get through your sadness today so you don't relive that memory, alright? So, one way to not relive it is to stop focusing on the trigger. Stop focusing on the stressor. Instead, focus on your healing. Focus on the emotion. Please use your energy that you have to rather focus on tapping into how you feel, and is this really how I feel, and flush it out, okay? Watch the emotion pass by. You could do both. Sometimes you can visualize it like a movie, and then you rewind the movie, and then you play it back, rewind even faster, and then even faster, and even faster, and even faster, and then before you know it, it's like you forget. You literally forget what happened. You forget the memory. It's like it never even happened, and you observe it. When you witness and observe that movie format of what happened, instead of replaying it in your mind and causing panic attacks, you witness it like a movie. Maybe you can take a step back in a movie theater visually in your mind and watch that traumatic event on the screen, but you play it backwards and rewind, and again you keep doing faster until it's nothing. Like, it's just nothing. So that's another thing you can do as well. Eye movement therapy can help. Alright, I've done videos on those. I always recommend some form of hypnotherapy, definitely, because it can help you to overcome a lot. Oh my gosh, it has helped me so much. Like, wow, my life has improved, like, so much. Yeah, so, your body, you feel something's not right, then you check in opposite. If your brain says you're fine, but your body says you're not, flush that good feeling from your brain down to your body, or flush that body feeling out of your head. Again, out the crown. The crown is connected to the universe, so we flush it out, and then we send that bad energy to cleanse, to be purified into the loving light of above, of source God, creation energy will cleanse and heal that and give it love. You cannot do that on your own. So again, I know that's spiritual and out there for most people. Okay, if you really can just use your imagination here for a moment with me, even if you don't believe it, it will help to visually, kinesthetically, even if you are more of a feeling type of person rather than a seeing, do that. If you're auditory, you can just say, you have to hear the words coming out of your mouth to make a change, just like with positive affirmation. So you say, my brain is playing tricks on me, I feel fine, I cleanse these emotions in the name of the light, and that's it. Like, you just say something that makes sense, whatever speaks to you, okay? You don't have to repeat what I say, because we are all energy, and you have to do what is in your vibration. So if what I say makes sense to you, then say that, okay? And if it feels right, working with crystals, I always recommend that, okay? Last night I was meditating with serpentine, and I've been having these foot pain problems. I think I must have broke a bone or something, who knows, but it's been going on for years. And I was just massaging it, and then, I have to massage it daily just so I can function. And I'm very stubborn. I don't believe in going to get a check or see someone. I'm just very stubborn. I'd rather do natural healing modality. That's just my preference. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying that's my opinion, because I'm weird. Anyway, so I put the serpentine stone over my foot, and I'm telling you, it somehow made a difference. And then I did my Reiki motions, and it just loosened it up. And today it actually honestly feels quite better. So I'm gonna try that again later, because I know it can't happen overnight. So I'm gonna have to keep doing it. But yeah, you work with that, and then I put it over my heart. Like I always do. I put the stones over my heart, and after meditation, and I just imagine that good energy circulating through, and then it just but I didn't feel much from serpentine, and you know why? It's because I'm probably vibrationally matched to it already, so you're not going to really feel something from a stone if you're kind of already emanating on the same page of it or the same frequency. But it is a cool stone, and yeah, like I said, you do what works best for you. Not every day is going to need emotional healing, right? Your whole life is peeling back layer after layer, exposing different parts of you. So it's a confusing process. It's a confusing ride. It's not going to make sense sometimes, right? I like to think of Harry Potter on the train when they stopped all of a sudden and it was very cold and the Dementor showed up. Yeah, that's how life's going to feel sometimes. And then sometimes you're going to be rolling through beautiful meadows and you're going to be able to see your purpose and meaning in life. Ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, they're always with you, watching over you, protecting you. You can contact them, you can talk to them, you can tap in. You can just knowing that they're there giving you comfort and to get you through an emotion, right? Binge eating, binge shopping, binge gambling, any of those things, they're not going to help you ever heal. Nothing will help you heal. No partner, nothing until you decide to choose to change and heal, okay? And sometimes there's nothing to heal at all, so you have to accept that you are who you are. That's the healing in itself. And then you can just watch everything else flush away. Maybe you can't really control your situation. You have a really hard time with a coworker and you constantly feel this sadness around them because they're constantly battering you down with their words, mistreating you. You can accept that this is how they are. This is the type of person they are right now. They're just like everyone else. And then when you accept it, you can naturally give them more love. And when they feel that love coming from you, which all they're trying to do is just reach out to, so that you can love them. That's really all it comes down to. You buy them that coffee, you show your appreciation to them, even if they were a jerk yesterday, and you say, you know what, you don't have to say it to them, but you say to yourself, I get it, they're a human being, they're going through a hard time, clearly they're not at peace. Anyone who is not at peace is never going to give you peace. They're just hurting on the inside. They're also feeling sad, and I want you to understand that concept and watch the world change, and you can help transform and change this world, shift our vibration over time, because it takes time. Have patience, alright? We're just all still learning and evolving and growing together, but I hope this message got across and was clear to you that these are the steps you can take to be the victor, even if you're sad, how to overcome it, and to accomplish so much more with your time productively, because people who are always in this emotions can't work, can't function, can't make money, so they, are constantly, even some people even use it as an excuse. Some people use these feelings as an excuse, and they continue being in the same vibration until they realize what they're doing. And sometimes it takes someone to break away that spell of illusion, and some people who are like psychic are prone to psychic attacks. I know I've been attacked lately, like for months, like literally I've been just, going through it on and off, different random things, and even showing up in dreams, so I know I need my protection. And just my reassurance in knowing that I can overcome. I've overcome so much. I like to joke and say the devil has been chasing my tail all my life. It's very true. I've been through it. But it doesn't mean I'm gonna just sit down and take it and roll over. I'm tougher than I look, and I guess that's my secret weapon. Most people don't know about me. But I can attack back spiritually with a powerful word of God, and it is very powerful. I know I'm powerful. I'm a very powerful person spiritually, and in the realm of the spirit. I know there's a lot going on right now with humanity, but I want you to know your power too. I want you to tap into your inner power and worth, and to know that you're doing the right thing, and to keep going, to keep fighting through, push through. It's just like going to labor. Maybe that was a bad description, sorry for the bad visual, but it's like going to the labor, honey. Like, you just gotta push through, okay? Sometimes you just gotta do that and put a smile on your face, slap a smile on if you have to, even if it hurts. Be genuine and authentic, of course, to who you are. Don't be fake about it, but what I'm trying to say is you gotta chuck through. Some days you can't even tap in spiritually. You can't even make sense of any of this. Some days you just have no energy. You're so tired and burned out of life that you just can't even. The only thing you can do is put a smile. Honestly, whatever helps you get through the day, as long as you're not causing harm to yourself or others, honey, do that. Do that thing that feels right to you. Again, we're all energy. Don't feel guilty for doing something that you maybe think you're gonna regret later. You are energy. You have to do something to evolve, right? So like every day you're doing different things to transform, to grow, to shapeshift into the new person you're becoming. So naturally, if you have a feeling like, I have this sense and urgency to get a coffee today or something, or to go shopping, like, you have to do that thing to transform and evolve into other types of new energy. When you realize your power, that you are this energy, there's nothing even to be sad about anymore. You see things so differently that it's like, okay, this is just how things are. I may not know everything because I'm here, but I am starting to get it. I'm starting to wake up and make sense of my reality, and that I have the power to change it. No one else but me. No one else. So I want you to realize who you are today, and I thank you for listening. I hope this helped you. Again, relieve the sadness, not relive it. And I will see you in the next one.